I'm going to give you guys 5 things that you can do as an APA 3 to get yourself to APA 4. If you follow this path and you do what we recommend in this video, you will move up without any problem. I believe that the APA is a good place to be and that the game is alive today on the amateur level because of leagues like the APA, the BCA, TAP, and many others that are out there. I know a lot of you think that I'm going to say practice. Well, no. Practice is not going to get you there because if you don't know the true definition of practicing pool, then it doesn't help you. You guys, if you watch the channel, you've heard me say it, playing with your friends not only is not practice, but if it comes close to being practice, it is not efficient practice. And what do I mean by that? Most of you watching this, if you're an APA 3, there's a good chance you don't have a pool table at home. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, maybe you do, but you have a legitimate life, okay? You're raising children, you're working, you're doing things. So even if you have a table in your home, it doesn't mean that you've got unlimited time to practice. So when we talk about efficient practice, we're saying that you don't have 5-6 hours a day to practice. This is my job, and I've got a table in my house, and I still only get on this table because of life, maybe about 10 hours a week these days. So having a table in your house does not mean that you get a lot of time to practice. So that said, when you are on the table, it has to be productive. It has to be something that you can get your dollars out of, your time value out of. What this means is if you're playing with your friend and your friend is equally matched with you and you're playing 8-ball, 2 things are happening that are diluting your practice time. Number 1, you're worried about strategy. You're playing 8-ball, you probably spend about 75%, think about it now, 75% of your time thinking about what you're going to do and only about 25% of your time executing it. The numbers, actually, I'm being generous because for a lot of you it's 90% thinking about it and only 10% executing it. But doing that is taking rep time away from you. If you take all of that 75% and you turn it to the 25% part and you can get 75% execution time, now you are getting in legitimate practice. That's one reason why playing with a friend robs you of your time, because you're playing a game, you're strategizing, and you're thinking about these things. Number 2, unless your friend is an instructor or at least 2 levels higher than you, you're not learning anything from that friend. You may think you are. They may think they're teaching you something. But if you're an APA 3 and you're getting instruction from an APA 4, you're getting what we call no instruction, because the average APA 4 is a 4, meaning that they're an average player. They are, by definition, the average player. So even though they may know more things than you, it's a difference in knowing things and being able to instruct someone on it. Okay, I know about car transmissions, but I can't teach someone how to build a transmission. If you're going to put in time, you need to put in quality time, which takes us to number 2. How do you get in reps? There's 2 things you should be doing as an APA 3 that will get you to APA 4. Number 1, shooting in balls and shooting in balls properly. Working on your stance, your stroke, your pre-shot, all of those things while shooting balls in the pocket. When do you shoot the most balls in the pocket? Some of you are thinking in 8-ball. No. You shoot the most balls in the pocket when you break the balls and just shoot them off in any order. For the first 2 years I owned a pool table as a kid, this is what I did. And then when I left the house a couple years later and I'm hitting Center City, Philadelphia, for the very first time playing with other people that I didn't know, I was very good, at least very good for my age. So the reason I was because I had put in so many reps making balls. All those draw shots, all those follow shots, all of those stop shots, they are reps. The most difficult sports, games, whatever you want to call them, to do are the ones where you have an apparatus in your hand, because there are that many more things you can do wrong. If you hold a tennis racket wrong, you will never learn to play tennis at a high level. If you hold a baseball bat incorrectly, you will never learn to hit a baseball, and golf, forget about it. You will never learn unless somebody comes along and teaches you. In order to be good at pool, at some point, a person has to come along, whether it's on video, whether it is in person, preferably in person, and say, this is what you're doing wrong, and this is how you correct it. Now do it, and let's check later on to make sure you're still doing it correctly. Not everybody has access to coaching. If you're an APA 3, you know a lot of people who play better than you do. But this is not a knock on the 4s, by the way, but go to the 5s, go to the 6s. You're with an APA 4. It could be a very good player that just hasn't moved up because of bad luck or whatever the case is. But when you have a 5, you've got somebody that has moved up 2 ranks and probably knows how to properly hold the cue, properly stand, things like that. You will get some bad advice from them, but I've gotten some bad advice from pro players. So you can get bad advice from just about anybody. They will love to help you, okay? I know you guys don't want to approach people and say, oh, would you show me how to properly hold this cue or properly stand, or are my feet okay? But for the most part, they're nice people. You need to reach out to these people, whether it's somebody on your team or somebody on another team, and ask for their help, and they'll be more than happy to help you. And if you want to send me a video, by the way, make a video of yourself. People do it all the time. Make a video of yourself, put it on YouTube, mark it, unlist it, send me the link. I will look at it. I'll get back to you and let you know what I think. The next thing that will help you get from 3 to 4 is use your timeouts. Use your timeouts when you are playing. Use them each game. If you're a 3, you're not running racks. If you're a 3, you're having some high inning games. If you're a 3, at least twice during that game, you come up with a situation where you're not sure what to do. Use your timeouts. Those are learning opportunities. Unless your coach is one of those that probably shouldn't be coaching in the APA, and there are some, but unless your coach is that guy, let your coach know before you start playing, I'm going to be using my timeouts because I want to learn in real time what I should be doing. I don't want them on the sidelines saying, oh, he should have done that, or she messed up this, which is what they're going to do. You make a mistake, they're going to be talking about it. Oh, she should have done that. Well, use your timeouts. If you're not sure, it's okay. Make sure when you're watching and learning the videos that you see on YouTube, whether they're mine or someone else's, make sure they are things that you can benefit from. If you see somebody doing an elaborate drill, first off, I got a problem with the elaborate drills because a lot of them are just 5-minute trick shots. There's somebody saying, you can't do this. Look how good I am. I can do this thing. I've got 50 balls on the table and I'm going to shoot them all off without touching the rail. What the hell did you learn from that video? Absolutely nothing. So make sure that you're watching videos that apply to you. If Bryan from FXBilliards is teaching people how to shoot 9-foot draw shots, that's not your video. You can watch it and see for entertainment purposes, because I try to make it entertaining and educational, but understand that does not mean you go out and shoot or try to shoot 9-foot long draw shots. So make sure the content you're getting is content for you. Next, Your practice, we already talked about as far as making it your own. Have a plan. When you show up at the table, before you put your bag down, you already need to know what you're going to do. If it means breaking balls and shooting them off, or practicing your straight-in shots, or working on your pre-shot routine, or recording yourself to see if you're in stroke and everything is straight, have a plan before you get to the table. Not what am I going to do first, what am I going to do today? If you get 2 hours, have a 2-hour plan. If you need help developing a plan for yourself, send me an email. I can't answer all my emails in a very timely manner, but I do answer all of them, I think, most of the time. So send me an email. I'll help you develop a plan for you, but make sure you have a plan when you arrive to the table. The last thing, kind of touched on it before, do not be afraid to ask questions. Yes, we get a little hardcore when we're talking about pool. Yes, I'm a little rough on new players because I talk like a coach. I'm sorry. But the also-rans, they're playing bocce ball or something. We are playing pool, which is not a walk around the table holding your hand kind of sport. I will talk to you directly as a grown-up. So I know that intimidates some people, but I'm a nice guy. So if you have a question about anything, you don't have to hit me in the comments. Maybe you're embarrassed in the comments. Ask me, ask someone else that you know knows the correct answer, your question. I don't care. There's no silly questions. What is that white thing at the end of the tip of the cue? That would not be the stupidest question I heard. You have no bad questions. If you don't know how to do something or where you should go to learn to do something, ask someone, please, because that is how you're going to learn. If I made a list of the top 5 things that I wish I had done as a new player, that would be one of them, would be having someone to ask, how do I do this and how do I do that? We didn't have YouTube. I'm an old guy. We didn't have YouTube. We had books, we had television, you couldn't record it, and we had people who may or may not have been willing to help you, and if they were willing to help you, may or may not know what the hell they were talking about. You've got a lot of resources. It would be crazy for you to not use them. So take all these tips, make them your own, hit me in the comments, let me know what you think. Don't hesitate to email me. Check out our online courses because those courses take you from beginner to expert. So somewhere along the way, regardless of where you are, there's stuff in there that will help you. Have a great day. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. That's another way you're going to be better at pool.